Hello friends, welcome to my channel. This is Charan. In this video I will show you in MVC how to implement the CRUD functionality using LINQ to SQL with stored procedures. And here we got the final output. Notice this employee table right now is empty. We don't have any records in this table. Let's create a new record. Create new. The EMP name I am adding Charan. The email is charan@gmail.com. His salary is 15,000. Let's create. See, here we got the Charan details is added to our table, and also notice we got the edit details and delete options also. And also let's check this Charan details is added into our table or not. Notice the EMP table right now contains 0 rows. Let's execute the table. Execute. See, here we got the Charan details is added in this EMP table. Now the next option, let's select the details, and here we got the selected employee details Charan. Back to list. Let's edit the employee details. Edit. Now I want to update the employee Charan, the salary from 15,000 to 16,500. Save. Notice the Charan salary is updated from 15,000 to 16,500. Let's check in the database table. Execute. See, the updated salary is added in this EMP table. Now the last option, let's delete this record Charan. Delete. Are you sure you want to delete this? Yes, delete. See, now the EMP table is empty now. The Charan has been deleted successfully from this EMP table. When I execute this EMP table, I want to show 0 rows. Execute. See here, the table is empty, which contains 0 rows. If you are a first time visitor to my channel, please subscribe to get the latest updates. Before writing the coding part in MVC, first we'll create a new table and stored procedure in SQL Server Management Studio. I'm expanding the root folder. In the databases I'm expanding. And notice the new DB database. I'm creating a new table in this new DB database. Let me expand this database as well as the tables folder of new DB. Right click the new DB database. Click new query. Now let's create a table. Create table. EMP table is the table name. Let's add the columns. EMP ID, integer type, not null. I'm adding identity column 1, 1, which is the auto increment, and primary key. EMP name and varchar 150, comma, email and varchar 150. And the last column name I'm adding salary and varchar 150. That's it. Just for the demo purpose, I have added only 4 columns in this EMP table. Let's execute the statement. Execute. And here we got a message, command completed successfully. Let's refresh the tables folder. Refresh. And here we got the EMP table in the new DB database. Let's browse the table. Select top 1000 rows. Right now this EMP table contains 0 rows. Now let's create a stored procedure. In the same new DB, there is a programmability folder. Expand that one. The stored procedures. Right click the stored procedures. New stored procedure. I'm deleting the default code of the stored procedure. Here I'm adding create procedure CRUD EMP. is my stored procedure name. After that, I'm adding parameters at id is equal at id integer type is equals to null, comma, at the second column name is emp name and varchar 150 is equals to null. The third parameter I'm adding email and varchar 150 is equals to null, and the last one salary and varchar, sorry, it's an integer type. After that, I'm adding one more variable to select the options: select, insert, details, update and delete. So add the option name is CRUD option and varchar 50 is equals to null. To declaring the variables as begin and. Now between this begin and end, I am adding the if condition: if at CRUD option is equals to, between double quotes I am adding select begin and, it's a single quotes. Now in this if condition, the first option I'm adding the select all the records. Select, start from the table name is the EMP table. Just copy the EMP table and add that one. After that, I'm adding the next if condition, details, and the second option I have added the details. You'll get the selected employee details. So select start from EMP table where EMP ID, which is his column name from the table, is equals to at ID, the stored procedure variable. Now the third option, copy, insert the begin and end of the if condition insert into the table name is the EMP table values. The values I'm adding at EMP name, at email, comma, and the last column is a salary. These variables I have added. And notice I have not added the ID column because the EMP ID column in this table is the auto generate column, so I don't require to add that one. So next one, to update the record of a particular employee, the option I have added update EMP table set. Let's add the column names. EMP name is equals to at EMP name, comma, the second column name is the email is equals to at email, comma, the last column name is a salary is equals to at salary, where I'm adding the employee ID, EMP ID is equals to at ID column, this one. And the last one, copy this one, delete the record, delete, the option name is delete from EMP table where EMP ID is equals to at ID, the parameter. That's it. We have written a single stored procedure to implement the create, read, update, delete options. Let's execute to create the stored procedure. Execute, and here we got a command completed successfully message. Let's expand the stored procedures folder, and notice here we got CRUD EMP is our stored procedure name. Now the coding part is left. Let's open Visual Studio. For this video tutorial, I'm creating a new MVC application. Go to File, New, Project. And from the web templates, I'm selecting ASP.NET Web Application and the .NET Framework. I'm using 4.6.1. The application name is MVC LINQ to SQL Store Procedure CRUD Functional. Click OK. And from the templates, I'm selecting MVC. OK. And the project is created successfully. Let's close this default window. Open Solution Explorer. Now in this project, first I'm adding LINQ to SQL class. Right click the project name, add LINQ to SQL classes. I'm not changing the item name. Click OK. And here the data class 1.dbml is added to our project. Now after that, let's open Server Explorer. In Server Explorer, under Data Connections, let's add our database name. Right click the Data Connections, Add Connection. And server name, I'm adding my SQL Server name. After adding SQL Server name, now I'm selecting database name. The database name is a new DB. I have selected that one. Test connection. It succeeded. OK. OK. And notice here under data connections we have added our database new db.dbo. Let me expand this new db.dbo. Here you can find the new db database objects. I'm selecting the stored procedures folder. Our stored procedure name is CRUD EMP. This one. Let's drag and drop on the .dbml, and here our stored procedure is added. The next step, let's open Solution Explorer, minimize the references folder. Now let's create a new class in this models folder. Right click the models, add class. I have selected the class. The class name is EMP class. Add, and here we got our EMP class. Now in this EMP class, I'm creating the properties public int. The first property I'm adding EMP ID get set. The second column name is public string EMP name get set public string email get set, and the last property I'm adding public integer type for the salary get set. That's it. I have added only the properties in this EMP class. Now next, open Solution Explorer. Let's create a controllers. In the controllers folder, I click the controllers, add controller. I'm selecting the second option, MVC for controller with read-write actions. When we select that option, notice we can able to create, read, update, delete and list entities. Click add. The controller name EMP add. And here we got our controller also, and notice in this controller the action result index we got the details, create, edit and delete. And now in this first action result index method, I'm adding the functionality to display all the employee table details in this index view page. So first, above the action result index, I'm adding the data context, data class 1 data context, creating the object new data class 1 data context. After that, in the public action result index, I'm writing variable get emp records is equals to dc dot. I'm adding the store procedure name CRUD emp. This store procedure takes 5 parameters: ID, emp name, email, salary, and the option. The first 4 parameters I'm adding null entity, null, null, and null, comma, and the last parameter is the string option between double quotes. The option, let's open the store procedure. I'm selecting the select option. If a user selects, I want to display all the employee table, this line of code will execute. So let's write the select dot to list method, and the return view I'm adding this variable get emp records. That's it. Now I want to display when a user wants to view particular employee details. Let's add the functionality here. Variable emp details is equals to dc dot, the store procedure name is CRUD emp, and now here the parameters. When we want to view particular employee details, we require the employee ID. So I'm adding this parameter ID, comma, the employee name null, email also null, and the salary also I'm adding null. Now the last parameter, which is a string option, let's add the details. Copy this one, the option name, add here, dot single method x. I'm adding the lambda expression x dot emp id double equals to this object id. Here I'm adding id, semicolon. In the return view I'm adding emp details. That's it. Now the next action result is a create. Notice the create action methods, we have 2. One is the http get and the second one is the http post. In the get method I'm not adding any functionality, but in the http post, the create method, notice a form collection, which is a default one when we have added this controller. Delete this one. Instead of form collection, let's add our emp class name, emp class. We have to add our folder models folder in this controller using MVC the project name dot models folder. After adding this namespace, come to the bottom. Now we'll get the emp class. Now in the try block, I'm adding the functionality to insert the new employee details into a table. dc dot, the store procedure name is the CRUD emp. Now the first parameter is the ID, but in our table we have declared the ID column is the auto generate column. So I'm adding here null, comma, the second parameter is the emp name, collection dot emp name, collection dot email, comma, collection dot salary, comma. Now the last parameter is the option. In this double quotes, let's add the option name, which is a insert. This one, copy this one, add the insert option name, semicolon, dc dot. Once the record is inserted successfully, I'm adding submit changes method. Then I want to redirect to the action index view page, this result view page. Now the next action result, we got the edit. Now in the edit action result, we got again two methods. One is the HTTP get and the second one is the HTTP post. In this HTTP get action result edit method, we'll get the employee details. To get the employee details, instead of writing the same code, I'm just copying this part from the details action result. I'm adding the action result edit in the HTTP get method. Paste here. And now the HTTP post. Now in the HTTP post of the edit method, delete this form collection, the default one, and add the class name is EMP class. Let's update the details of a selected employee record. dc.CRUD EMP. The ID value, ID collection dot EMP name, collection dot email, comma, collection dot salary, comma, and the last parameter is the option. Let's add the option name from the store procedure, which is update. Copy this one and paste here. Semicolon, dc dot submit changes. So once the record is updated successfully, I have added the submit changes method. Now the last action result, we have the delete the record. Now the last action result, we got the delete. In the delete action result also, we have two methods. One is the HTTP get and HTTP post. In the HTTP get method, first we retrieve the employee details. After that, in the HTTP post of the action result delete this form collection, which is a default one. Add our EMP class, the class name. Let's delete the selected employee record. dc dot, the store procedure name is CRUD EMP, ID, comma, null, comma, null, comma, null, comma, between double quotes. The option is the delete. Copy this one, add here, semicolon, dc dot submit changes. Once the selected record is deleted successfully, then I'm redirecting to the action result index view page. That's it. We have added the CRUD functionality in this EMP controller. We got the index, details, create, edit, and delete. We have 5 action results. Now we require the 5 view pages. Now before adding the view pages to our project, we must build the application first. Build solution. And here we got a message, build succeeded. Let's close this output message box. Now it's time to create the view page of the index. Select the index, right click, add view. The view name is index, and the template I'm selecting from the dubbed list. The model class I'm adding the CRUD EMP result, which is our store procedure. I'm not adding any data context class, and make sure in the options the reference script libraries and user layout page is checked. Then click add. And here we got our index view page. Let's change this header tag, employee table. After that, come to the bottom. Notice in the action link we got the edit, details, and delete. Just delete this one, uncomment, instead of primary key, I'm adding our emp id, the column name. Just copy this part and add to the details and for the delete also. That's it. I'm not changing anything in this index view page. And also this index view page is added in the views under emp folder, index.cshtml. I can switch to the controller again. Now we require the details view page. Highlight the details, right click that one, add view. The view name is details, the template, I'm selecting the details template. The model class, I'm selecting the CRUD emp result, add. I'm changing the details, emp employee details. I can switch to the controller. Now we require the action result create. Right click the create, add view. The view name is create. The template, I'm selecting the create template. The model class, CRUD emp result, add. And here we got the create view page. I'm changing the header, employee, new employee, insert. Instead of create, I'm adding insert. After that, notice here we got the emp id, which I don't require because the emp id column is an auto generate column. So I'm commenting this part, the emp id column. I can switch to the controller, highlight the edit, right click the edit, add view. The view name is edit only, and the template, I'm selecting the edit template, the model class, CRUD emp result, add. Change the heading, edit employee details. Go to the controller again. Now we require the last view for the delete. Highlight the delete, right click that one, add view. The view name is delete. The template is the delete template, the model class, CRUD emp, add. And here we got the delete view page also. Delete the employee record. That's it. We have added all the view pages, the index to display all the employee details, details view page to get the selected employee details, the create to insert the new record, the edit to update the selected employee record, and the delete to delete the selected employee ID, to delete the selected employee record. And these all view pages is added under views folder in the emp. That's it. We have done the complete coding part. We got the data class, context, the model class, emp class, controller, the view pages. Now before run this application, the most important, we need to change our controller name. For that, in the project app_start, expand that one. The fourth option is a route_config.cs. Open that one. In the route_config.cs file, notice the controller name is a home, which is a default one. Delete that one. Our controller name is emp controller. Copy this emp and add here. And the action result is the index view page only, this one. Now it's time to check the results. Google Chrome. And here we got the final output. Notice this employee table right now is empty. We don't have any records in this table. Let's create a new record. Create new. The EMP name I'm adding Charan. The email is charan@gmail.com. His salary is 15,000. Let's create. See, here we got the Charan details is added to our table, and also notice we got the edit, details and delete options also. And also let's check this Charan details is added into our table or not. Notice the EMP table right now contains 0 rows. Let's execute the table. Execute. See, here we got the Charan details is added in this EMP table. The next option, let's select the details, and here we got the selected employee details Charan. Back to list. Let's edit the employee details. Edit. Now I want to update the employee Charan, the salary from 15,000 to 16,500. Save. Notice the Charan salary is updated from 15,000 to 16,500. Let's check in the database table. Execute. See, the updated salary is added in this EMP table. Now the last option, let's delete this record Charan. Delete. Are you sure you want to delete this? Yes, delete. See, now the EMP table is empty now. The Charan has been deleted successfully from this EMP table. When I execute this EMP table, I want to show 0 rows. Execute. See here, the table is empty, which contains 0 rows. That's it. We have implemented the CRUD functionality using LINQ to SQL with stored procedure.